Hi, I'm Kristen, and today I'm going to do my January weight loss quilt update. So, some of you are doing this with me, some of you started in January. I started back in November. So, I've got a few updates on my progress, on how we're all connecting with each other, and then I'm just going to kind of tell you my thoughts about what I've been struggling with and what I'm trying to do to keep myself going, and some other ideas I have going forward. First of all, if you're not already in the new Facebook group, which has only been up for a couple of weeks, that is now available. So if you were looking for that, there's like about 150 people in it at the moment. So, and they're kind of sharing their blocks and what they're doing, where they're from, and stuff. So it's really cool. So if you're already on my email list, if you're already on my email list for the weight loss quilt starter packs, you got the starter pack, then you should have also got an email with the Facebook group info. If you can't find it or whatever, email me and I'll send it to you. If you're not signed up and you haven't got the starter pack, which is free, there's a link in the description. Go click that, and then you'll get the email with the free starter pack. And then I think a day later, you'll get an email with the Facebook group info. But if you want it straight away, just let me know and I'll send it to you. So that's been really good. My progress in terms of my weight loss since I last posted, so that was like 2nd of January, I think. I've lost another 4 pounds. Now, 2.5 of those were the Christmas pounds I put on. So I don't know how many yet. So in total, since I started in November, it's like 18 pounds that I've lost. I think that's how it works out. So I'm happy with that. And I'm happy that it's still going down, but definitely the rate of weight loss has slowed down. I'll show you where I've got to with the quilt. I'm basically doing the update today because I finished the 5th row. So I've got 5 rows of the quilt done and put together. And I'm just feeling a little bit like with the progress I've been making and the rate of it, I might be thinking about making my quilt a bit longer. So the layout that I've got right now is like a throw square size, I think it's 73 by 73 or 72 by 72. It's in the blog post. I can't even remember. But anyways, so I could easily add a couple rows on the bottom, which would add just under a month, I think, and that would make it like a rectangle. So I might do that if I feel like when I get to the end of what I have in the layout now, I'm not quite at where I want to be. Obviously, I want to keep the habits in terms of exercise and healthy eating going longer than the quilt. But I would like to kind of get to my goal in terms of the weight loss before I move on to the next kind of thing that I'm going to do to maintain that. I'm also thinking that I might, because people have been saying to me, you're going to do this every year. And I'm thinking maybe I will. So if I did like a weight loss quilt along or something, that started in January every year, then that would give me, I'm thinking that might help, obviously selfishly thinking of myself here, right? That might help me to, if I've kind of slipped with some of those habits in the second half of 2022, then I could kind of pick up in 2023 and either lose some weight and put on, or if I've managed to keep it off, then start like really cementing the habits and making sure I don't slip back into old habits, because that's kind of the sort of thing I would normally do. It's kind of like I'm either losing weight or I'm gaining weight. Is my basic modes. So obviously I want to break that, right? So the other thing about that, the only reason I'm really mentioning that is that if you are just seeing this now, so it's like 18th January, something like that. Maybe it's the 19th. I don't know. Anyway, it's in the second half of January at some point. Anyhow, I know there's kind of a mindset sometimes that like if you've missed starting some new habit on the 1st of January, then that's it. It's done. Yeah, you got to wait till next year. Well, you don't, right? So first of all, I was only going to do this for 6 and a bit months, and now I'm thinking maybe I'll do it for 8 or 7 or what, So it's all fluid. So you can absolutely join now and start, and for however long you need to do it, you can keep doing it. I'll keep the Facebook group up. There's definitely people who are doing it in different stages. So, the other option I had, I'll come back to what I was saying, sorry. But the other option I had for if I wanted to extend my quilt and make it bigger was when I went on So Becca's live chat thing the other week, a couple weeks ago, and someone in the comments mentioned that I could stick some rows on the back. So that's another option for extending it and making it longer if I want to or you want to. But all that to also mention that, so in the Facebook group, there's the folk doing the quilt in the way that I've set out. There's folk doing the quilt with their own kind of take on it. And then, so Becca's also in that group, and she's on her own health journey, which is more like a block a week that she's doing. And I think she's saying she's going to do it for the whole of 2022. So if you get started with this at any point, there'll be people who are still going along. So you'll still get that camaraderie, accountability, whatever you're looking for from that. So sorry, that was a circuitous way of saying what I was trying to say. But basically, it's never too late to start. And as I am thinking of maybe making this a kind of an annual thing, then, there'll always be new folk that hopefully that you can kind of connect with as well. If you manage, like, you might be seeing this not in January, you might be seeing this in June or whatever, right? So, yeah. The other, what else was I going to say today? The other thing was, so so a few of you started with me in November. Some of you, a lot of you started in January. So you're maybe 3 weeks into this. So hopefully you've still got the enthusiasm. You're seeing those initial good results. Because in my first month doing this, I lost 12 pounds in the first month, which I did not expect. I've never lost that much ever in a month, I don't think. So it must have been a whole bunch of water weight or something. But anyway, but I'm more what I'm going to call in the weeds of it. So I'm like nearly 3 months in, not quite 3 months in. And I am, getting into habits that make it easier to do some of the healthy habits, but I'm also hitting up with like life gets in the way kind of stuff, and days where it starts to feel like a bit of a slog. So, so I, for example, and you'll have different issues, but I struggle with iron deficiency a lot of the time. So usually I'm okay, but like there is rather predictably a week a month where I'm super low energy, right? And some months are better than others, but I had a really bad week recently, so I didn't do as much exercise as I wanted to. And when you kind of don't do one of the habits, then you kind of give yourself permission to not do the other one. So I might have had a few more unhealthy eating days around that week as well. And so I'm trying to just forgive myself for those and be a bit easier on myself and not be like, this is all ruined, I'm going to give up on it, whatever. And try and just like look at the blocks and kind of go, okay, so there's a pattern there of a few days when I didn't do what I wanted to, so I need to pick it up again. And then the motivation is to kind of see, for me, the bigger circles, to see the white or the low volume background squares. And then I can kind of, okay, getting back on track, even if the weight loss on the scale isn't doing exactly what I want it to. So, so I'm just trying to be kind with myself. And so I'm not trying to like tell you this is going to get harder, but I mean, you probably know that if you're doing this for a long term, it's sometimes it feels more difficult than others. So just like that's where I think the routine of doing the blocks and the quilt, no matter what they say, there's a kind of an inbuilt motivation to start to change what the blocks look like. So hopefully that'll help you too, because I think it's been helping me to kind of go, that's a blip, just like Christmas was a blip. And now we're going to move on and we're going to keep going. And also, I mean, you're going to be possibly at different stages in your life to me, but like, I'm having to kind of put a check on myself when I get disappointed that I'm only losing 4 pounds or whatever it is a month, because the last time I tried to lose a chunk of weight like this, it was pre the 2 children, it was pre being in my 40s. So like, so wherever you are, if it's different to, a weight loss journey maybe you've had before, kind of just give yourself some kindness around that as well. It's a marathon, it's not a sprint, which I think most people know, but anyway. So I think that's all my updates for today. Sorry, a lot about me, but anyway, if there's something specifically you want me to cover in these updates, please do let me know in the comments. Let me know how you're getting on with the quilt. If you've just seen this now and you're just going to start now, let me know in the comments. Totally go for it. You're never too late. It's always a good day to start. And yeah, and so I will definitely do at least one update in February, maybe more. We'll see. And I look forward to seeing you then. Thanks for spending time with me.